Alright, so guys, a new week means a new video. I'm the MDC and MDCRX, and today we're going to be sharing some tips on how to manage mild acne. So for some of us with acne prone skin, you know that almost anything can trigger it off. So one thing that definitely can help you to manage it or prevent a little triggering episode is your diet. What you eat definitely can trigger a acne episode, or it can prevent an acne episode. So foods like fatty foods, oily foods, or foods with high sugar can tend to trigger acne episodes. This is because foods with high sugar can tend to cause a spike of this chemical in your body we call insulin. Now, insulin can trigger oil gland stimulation, so it can cause a higher production of oil from your oil glands. And what that can do is it can cause the bumps that we, know as acne. Now, oily foods just cause a higher deposition or a higher buildup of oil in these pores, again triggering off your acne. Rather, what you can try is incorporating foods high in things like vitamin A and vitamin D or E, such as carrots or different vegetables, or increase your intake of whole wheat or whole grains. And don't forget to stay hydrated, drink a lot of water. Another tip you want to take into consideration is regular washes. So you definitely want to be washing your face more, especially if you have sweaty or oily skin. After, say, exercise or strenuous activity, and you realize that you have high production of sweat or oil after each one of those during the day, you want to make sure that you wash your face. And when you wash your face, make sure you're not using products that include a lot of oil or alcohol, because that can irritate your skin and cause an acne flare up. And don't forget to moisturize your skin after each wash, because washing it can dry out your skin and that can cause a higher amount of irritation. And also, speaking of regular washes, don't forget to wash your hair as often as possible. Some of us can't really wash our hair as often as others, but just wash it as often as possible and try to keep it clean. One more tip we can consider is reducing your stress levels. Now, I know it's easier said than done when you're like, oh, just reduce your stress. But there's a lot of simple, small things you can do to really reduce your stress symptoms. Just focus on the controllable parts of the stress you're experiencing. So you know that things at work might not be controllable, but how you react to it can be controllable. You can do things like, repeating mantras, like you say, okay, I can control this, or, I can handle this. Or you can breathe calmly and controlled, things like that. Because what happens is stress can cause different things like your body just producing more oil or sweat due to its fight or flight response from this chemical we call cortisol, and then that in turn can cause acne flare-ups. One more tip you can take into consideration is avoid touching or scratching your face. So what happens with excessively touching or scratching your face is you transmit a lot of bacteria and dirt that can clog up your pores or cause micro infections, and then that can cause the swellings and the bumps or pimples that cause the acne flare-ups. So when you reduce that, then you reduce acne flare-ups that you might experience. If you find that you need to touch your face, wash your hands before. It's not just an acne thing. Remember, COVID's still a keep. So avoid touching your face, and you have to wash your hands or sanitize. One more thing is ensuring the clothes or the accessories you wear are clean. Wearing dirty caps or dirty hats or things like that can again transmit dirt or bacteria onto your face and cause that acne flare up. So you want to make sure you wash your pillowcases as often as possible, especially your pillowcase, because what happens is you transmit the dirt and bacteria from your hair if you don't wash your hair as often, and then it transmits it to your face, which then can cause acne flare up. So you want to make sure you wash that as often as possible. And know that we have to be wearing masks all the time. Make sure you wash your cloth masks as regularly as possible. Best, as soon as you wear it, just get home and just hand wash it out really quickly. One more tip you want to take into consideration is avoiding too much sun exposure. Now, what happens when you're in the sun too much is your skin can dry out. You have the irritation from UV rays, especially if you have acne prone skin, it can cause a flare up. Now, what normally happens too is when you're in the sun, you have a higher production of sweat and oil, and then that, as I said earlier, can increase your chances of getting an acne flare up. Finally, if you notice that you're struggling with acne a little bit, definitely look into the over-the-counter acne washes or scrubs that they sell at the pharmacies. Most pharmacies have a wide range of different acne products, and what you want to do is you can look out for chemicals such as benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, and resorcinol, because those help to control irritation and they can help to fight off bacteria that might be on your skin that causes acne. What you can always do is you can go to the pharmacy and just talk to your pharmacist and they can tell you what product might be right specifically for you. You want to incorporate these in your regular washes. Earlier I talked about washing your face more often, so definitely just include that and use those instead of any harsh cleansers that might irritate your skin more. Okay, so that's it for my quick little video on these tips for treating mild acne. If it is the case that you've tried these and you still have issues with acne, the case is normally that you have moderate to severe acne, which for that you'd want to go to your dermatologist so that you can get something with a higher level of help for you. So I'm done, but I know there's way more tips to helping manage mild acne. I know that you guys know some, so you can always just comment some other ways and I'll try to share them for other persons to benefit. And don't be afraid to share and like this video. I always appreciate when you guys share. It really means a lot to me. And again, thank you for coming and I hope to see you next week again.